Podcast coming up. This week's episode is, I think we picked the title, Women Are the New Men. And this stems from this whole day and age of feminism that we live in, where the feminists are the new voice of the woman, if you will. And in my personal opinion, I believe it's getting a little bit out of control, because what it started off as is not ending up as. It started off as women having, correct me if I'm wrong, women wanting to have equal rights, according being treated just as good as men, and equal pay, equal opportunity. And the women, for the most part, now there are areas that the movement has to work on, or the results from them protesting from the movement have to work on. But I believe that it's going in a direction to where now we are on this path to destroy man and belittle man and demonize a man for being a manly man, which the protest or the movement is about unfair justices and unfair treatments towards a specific group of people, being women. And you fought and you've marched, you're doing that. Now in the process of you screaming unrighteous this or unrighteous that, you're also now belittling the men.
Yes. And it's funny because I knew that you would bring some receipts today. So I did look up kind of like the history of feminism.
All right.
And did you know that there's 3 waves? I briefly went over that today. But like you said, the first wave was just about equality, and that was at a time where the suffrage movement, where like women couldn't vote or whatever. And second wave refers to the period of activity in the 60s to the 80s, where this is a family house, so there's family stuff going on. So other second wave was to deal with other issues of equality, such as to end discrimination, and a lot of that was in the workplace. And then third wave is where we are now. And it was a response to like perceived failures of the second wave, and backlash against movements created by the second wave. So third wave feminism seeks to challenge or avoid what it deems the second wave's essentialist definition of femininity, which overemphasize the experiences of upper middle class white women. So it's like saying that, it like challenges that thing where women have to be feminine and women have to be women and act like women. And what you're saying right now is like women can do whatever they want.
That's what it's moved into. It went from, hey, we want to be treated equal as men, to, hey, we don't want any harassment or you fondling my breast at work.
Yes.
Which is fine, which is cool. I'm just adding a little humor into it. And
that's funny.
Third, to, okay, we don't really need men anymore. We can do everything that a man can do. And not only can we do everything that a man can do, but we can say whatever we want to say. We can do whatever we want to do. We can wear whatever we want to wear. My pussy, my choice. If I want to be a whore, I can be a whore. If I want to have an abortion, I get to have an abortion. And my thing is, where do we draw the line at? Because you can't have people or women running around doing whatever they want to do. And you made a post on your Facebook Yesterday, was it?
Yes, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, was it? My thing is, when can we call them out on this shit? When can we say, okay, enough is enough? You're beginning to behave out of order as a woman during this movement, because your whole thing was fighting for rights that you weren't getting, or opportunity that you weren't getting, or you're fighting for equality or whatever. But on your road to traveling to get equality, now you're kind of bashing men at it. You're kind of saying we can do whatever a man can do, and it's just not true. There's limitations on what a woman can do and what a man can't do. They're two totally different species.
They're two totally different species, but what a lot of, and I brought up these comments here, is that why can't women do whatever they want? Why do we need you to tell me what to do as a woman?
All right.
Like, that's not your job. I'm a human being. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't need permission from you to act any way except how I want to act. That's what women are saying. And that's clearly what the women on my Facebook have said, and even some of the men. Like, everyone who commented had a problem with, one, saying my woman, which the phrase that I used on Facebook was, if you heard a man say my woman is out of order, or that was said to you, how would that make you feel? So some people have problem with my woman. And then just the phrase out of order. Like, it's not your job to tell me I'm out of order. Who do you think you are? I'm a person, just like you.
Right. So, well, who do we assign to say when they're out of order or not? I mean...
The man? Why does the man get to say a woman is out of order?
Okay, fair enough, but the women aren't saying it. So that's what I'm asking. The women are not saying it because the women are pushing to do whatever they want to do. So who do we side and say, okay, enough is enough? We need to put an end to this. You need to reel yourself back in line and get back in order, because clearly we don't want a man telling us this. So who do we assign to say, okay, you're out of order? Because you don't want a man telling you this. So who do we assign?
Who's keeping the men in order?
Well, the men are out of order, but that's not the narrative right now. The narrative is are the women out of order. Okay, so the men are out of line and out of order. But if you look at it, I'm thinking the feminists are keeping the fucking man in order, or keeping them in line rather. Really?
Are they?
Are they not?
But like, are you not pushing against that? Because like, it seems to be your assertion is that it is your job to keep women in order. It's your role to keep the woman in order.
Well, it's not an assertion, but I'm asking, if a man is not able to, then who is able to keep them in order? Because I asked a woman, and this is what I asked her word for word. Do you feel that this whole feminist movement is getting out of control? And what do you think a woman's role in a relationship and her role in society? And this is what she said. She said, I think it's definitely out of control. I mean, I think a woman's role is what it's always been. Be a support system for her man, love and cater to him. As far as society, just relax.
Okay.
As far as society, I guess I have the same answer. Work and take care of her family, be a positive person to her family and friends, and help out where she can. What's wrong with that?
What if I don't want to be a wife? What if I don't want to just stay at home and support my husband and raise kids? What if I want more to life than that?
Such as what?
A career. An independent career, my own job, my own money, my own house, my own car. What do I need a man for?
Right. Okay. So you guys march for equal rights and wanting to get out of the house and so do you know what you have to do now? As a woman, you have to go work and make someone else millions of dollars, and you have to stand on your damn feet or sit at a cubicle 40 to 60 hours a week now, when all you have to do is maintain the house and the kids, cook and clean. Your husband would provide and buy you everything. And I see you mention the word cater when I don't know why that's a trigger word, because catering. So let me get this right. By your laws, it's okay for a woman to be catered to, but a woman can't cater to her man.
Isn't that according to you and your traditional values?
We're not. Look, no.
I'm asking. Isn't a man like? Do you want to take care of your wife?
I would have no problem taking care of my wife if I was in the position to do that. But not getting off topic, a lot of shit is so fucked up to where there has to be two providers in the household now.
Yeah.
All right. It's very, very rare where you see a woman or a man not struggling in some aspect. You know, so not saying it doesn't happen. Don't get me wrong. You have people out there with bomb ass jobs and who can make it happen, but the average person, I mean, let's be honest, like, we're not billionaires. We're average motherfuckers that are running a podcast, right?
Yeah.
So like, I would love nothing more than not to have my woman go and slave and work and sweat at some goddamn place and come home into a nice clean house and take her and buy her the things that she need to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But you women are saying, no, we don't want that. The hell with that. I want to go off. I want to go off and work for someone else and have a kid, not raise my kid because I'm at work all goddamn day, then come home and bitch and complain because I've been at work all day, then I have to come home and cook and do all this when you just could have had it made at home. But that's a problem. It
is, because I never wanted that. And there are so many women out there that wanted so much more to life. Belle said it in Beauty and the Beast.
Look, whatever. That's a fucking fictional, and I'm pretty sure that Belle had Stockholm syndrome.
But like, that was one of the first songs, is like, you know, like her dad wanted to fix her up with a husband, but she wanted so much more.
And ended up with the beast.
Yeah, but he was like an alpha male, so I can understand where she's coming from. But anyway, women want more than just to stay at home with the kids and take care of the husband, which is essentially like this second and third wave of feminism. Is that, why can't we want more than that? That's our right as human beings on this planet, to want more than to just be a wife and a mother.
Well, when you say want more than be a wife, be a mother, when you say take care of the house, it doesn't mean don't leave the fucking house until the husband gets home. We're not speaking in those terms.
So why do I have to work 40 hours a week and then cater to you and the kids?
What is this with you in this word cater? Because here's the thing. You had a husband that catered to you and you had no problem with that. But when the shoes reverse and it's time for you to cater or even talk about you catering to a man, that's a problem. Like, no, knock it off. That's bullshit. So the thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with you taking care of the household. You don't have to be stuck in the damn house all day. You can go manage and hang out with your girlfriends and do this. You have women that do that. You have women that are housewives and are not in the house 24 hours a day or 8 to 9 hours a day while their husband is out working or whatever.
Right.
So we have to take that mindset out of it when we hear the term housewife or house mom. All right. So like, we have to get over that. That's not solely what I'm talking about. But like, so you rather go out into the workforce and work for someone else's company and put up with their bullshit and put up with the commute and all this other bullshit versus then someone going out making you money and bringing it home to you. You rather do that. Right. All right. And look how that's working out for everyone. All right. You have women that have been on YouTube pages saying that they don't want this shit anymore. They don't want to go sit and work in someone's business for whatever amount of hours it is at a time and then come home and do womanly shit. Then you have to pay attention to your husband, and this is every day.
Womanly
this
shit.
Is it. Well, you mean like cook, clean, whatever. Like,
what if the husband does that?
That's fine. Whatever. I used to do it.
I know you did.
So, but I'm trying to make a point here.
Okay.
Like, that's why I said womanly shit. I'm trying to make a point, and you so gotten off of it.
So I just don't think that like your idea that women should want to stay home and be taken care of by their man is antiquated.
How so? Because I do have a I do have a young lady that I seen on YouTube where she was saying you can't talk to her if you're not paying her bills, if you're not paying for her kids, if you're not paying for her hair, if you're not paying for her nails, if you're not paying for her car note. You can't even talk to her if you're not agreeing to pay none of this shit.
So like this is like an online dating girl? Like this
I
is like
don't know. I've seen the video. It's been viral on Facebook before. I don't know what her deal is or who she is or any of that shit, but that's the attitude that's pushed today. So why do you need a man to do all that if you want to be out in the fucking workforce? Why not just meet the guy because you have your bills and everything else in line and taken care of because you're out in the workforce working for someone that you pushed and marched and bled and sweated for?
Clearly not every woman wants to be an independent woman with a job and a career and a house and everything, but many do. Like I think that's rare, and I think what people had a problem with was the like woman out of order is like it's not, you're not the boss of me.
All right, so you said the whole thing that women had a problem with was the women out of order.
Right.
So I also asked the young lady, what if your husband or your boyfriend that you were with told you was out of order?
Yeah.
This is what she said. She said, depends on the situation. If he was just saying it because he didn't agree with what I had to say, that's different.
Okay.
But if he was calling me out on my BS, I would accept that. I don't have to bow down to him, which is correct. This is not when you hear a woman say cater to her man or respect her man, whatever. This is the shit that the feminists have put in other people's head, that bowing down. No one wants that. No self-respecting man wants to bully or police a woman like that, man. It's fucking ridiculous to even think about that. All right.
Okay.
And continue on. And she said, but if he was calling me out on my BS, then I would accept it. I don't have to bow down to him. But if he's my man and I'm doing some shit or saying shit I shouldn't, then he has every right to call me out on it.
But that's just a couple. That's just a relationship. That's not the man calling out the woman. That's a boyfriend calling out the girlfriend for bullshit. That's not the man rebuking his woman because he's the man and she's the woman.
What is rebuke?
Aiming to correct.
So this is what I just read. She said it's okay if her man is correcting her if she's out of order. That's what she said.
Am I allowed to correct you?
Or we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. So why would you be able to correct me? I'm
saying, would a woman be able to say to her man that he's out of order? And
absolutely. I think you're missing my point on that. Yes. Okay. No. Here's the thing. No one is above correction, but somehow the feminists believe that they are above correction. So you're fighting for the women's rights or women's equal rights or all this other bullshit, and you can be corrected or you can't, because otherwise, what are you fighting for then?
Yeah, friends check their friends all the time, and Mr. X and I have talked about that. How a good friend.
Are you interacting with the chat?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, shout out to everyone that's tuning in. 2 people.
Whatever. This will live in perpetuity. Yes, good friends should correct other friends. And I don't think all feminists think that, though.
Okay, you're right. And I don't deal in absolutes, but I'm just saying for the most part, you're correct. Not all feminists deal that way, but for the most part, a lot of them do. So we're not, or not me, or not we, Mr. X rather. I'm not saying all feminists. I'm just, speaking for the, I don't know how to word it.
The movement?
The movement, yeah. And kind of its sole purpose of what it stands for. So if you're feminist or whatever, I'm not meaning all feminists. So I'm just saying, there are some that feel like they can't be corrected during this movement. And this is what the young lady was telling me about. It's okay for her significant other to call her out when she's being wrong. Just like if a woman, okay, for instance, if me and you were dating and we go out to a bar or whatever, and I keep looking at this girl's ass, eventually you're going to say something, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm out of order for doing that. So what's wrong with a man correcting his woman? Do we just let the woman run rampant and say whatever she wants to say or do whatever she wants to do? This is what I mean this is what I meant when I was talking about your post on Facebook.
Yes, that we're at the point now with feminism where we get our back up when it's a man trying to correct a woman. Period. Because
the woman hates correction. That's why.
I still have to think more on that. Like I do think that you're right, because we've been given this power recently. Recently,
yes, you've been put up, like I always say, being put up on a pedestal, and now it's at the point of no return because we have these rights, we have this and that, and a lot of them feel that they can do anything. Like the comment, or me and the woman were going back and forth on your Facebook page. I said nothing out of line, or anything disrespectful. All I was saying is that women hate correction, and that triggered her because it's the truth. Women do hate correction. We can't tell you, hey, don't dress like a whore, don't have your titties and your ass out. Okay, we can't tell you not to have abortions. Okay, we can't tell you not to sleep with multiple men. So where do we draw the line? Because you're making all these rules. You're calling men chauvinists or dogs or bigots if they have multiple wives and multiple women. So men can be corrected, but women can't.
Okay, so Jay is here, and Jay said the feminists I know for the most part just want shit to be equal. Yeah, like people want equality.
Right.
But it's triggering because your words are coming from a guy, and like, and this whole equality thing, like women have a problem with men saying it in that way that you just said it.
Okay, now women have a problem with men saying it the way I say it, but again, who's going to correct them? If a man can't correct them, is it a woman's job to correct them? Because we can't go with what the women are saying because the women are not correcting them.
It's not your job to correct me. I'm not asking you for correction.
If you're my woman, or if you're you're saying in general.
In general, it is not the man's job to correct me.
Whose job is it? Let them run wild? No one?
The men have been running wild for 5,000 years.
For 5,000 years. The men have been running wild.
Really? You haven't? Really?
What's your definition of running wild for a man?
Everything that you say that women are doing. Acting like whores. Like like saying whatever the fuck you want. Just acting the way a man wants to act. You've been allowed to do that for forever.
All right, and do you feel that a woman should be able to do that as well? Act like a man?
I think that we should act however we want to.
So do whatever you want is what you're saying. Hold on, we'll react to the chat. Just answer the question.
Yeah, I think that women should be able to act however we want to.
All right, you solely believe that?
Yeah.
All right, and see, it's headed that direction, and so there won't be any let up from this. And what's gonna imagine if we go with your train of thought, not just your train of thought, but just saying in general. Your train of thought is that I should be able to do what I want to do as a woman. Mm-hmm. Imagine if every woman was to have that mindset and picture where we would be in 5 years from now if every woman thought like that. The way shit is going already as it is. You have a woman, there's some type of challenge where a woman's putting a fucking condom on a gas pump and sucking it off. And I can't say that's too much. You're out of order for that. At a fucking 7-Eleven broad daylight, you're putting a condom on a gas pump and you're sucking it off. And me as a man can't say, bro, that's too much. That's not too much. That's not too far. I have to just deal with that. I have to come out the store with my kid, my son, and he asks me, what is that? And how do I break that down to him? What do I say?
How about as just a human being, you make a comment, not as like...
Just say, oh, son, you know what? This bitch is running wild. Is that what I say? Don't worry about it. They can do whatever they want to do, son.
How about that person? That person is crazy, not that women and bitches be crazy.
But it's a challenge, so it's hundreds of women. This is hundreds of women. It's not just one thought at a gas station. It's hundreds of women that are doing this because no one can tell them they're wrong. All right, do you want to address the chat? You keep looking down at it.
Okay. Wait. acting in the way they want and feel comfortable shouldn't be considered acting like a man. And I agree. Like, so Mr. X is saying that, like, nowadays, what are we talking about? We're talking about the feminist movement. And the overall overreaching topic is women are the new men because of the power or just the rights that we want to have. We want to be considered equal. We don't want to be rebuked by men. We don't want men telling us what to do because you're the man and I'm the woman.
All right, again, you still have not had the answer to who's going to tell you when you're out of line or out of order.
Hundreds of women ain't sucking gas pumps. I know, like, who does that? Like, I think that's a one-off thing.
It's not a one-off thing. I showed it to you.
Okay, there's like four women that do it.
It's a challenge.
Is it really?
Yes,
it is.
It's
like a thing now.
It's a fucking thing. Like, I'm just going to make it up?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway,
go check the last podcast and see who contradicted yourselves. Then we'll see who's making shit up.
But
just got triggered just then.
I do agree that just because women want to act the way they want to act doesn't make them a man. It just makes us equal to. And
no, it doesn't make a man because a woman can never be a fucking man.
No, but we can do what we want to do. It doesn't make us a man. It makes us just like equal.
So you can just do whatever?
You do whatever?
No, I don't. I operate within a certain amount of fucking rules as a human being. Do I just do whatever? Like, no, let's be honest. Don't just make shit up to be biased. Do I do whatever? Do I conduct myself in a particular way?
Okay, you in particular, you have a moral code.
Okay, now you know I'm not saying anything. The people that I learn from or teach with or whatever it is on my outside side of the podcast, do we live by a particular moral code?
Yes.
So what are you saying? I don't just do whatever I want to do.
You as a man.
I have kids, so therefore I can't be out here looking like an idiot. Okay, I'll be damned if my son is not going to be a gentleman. I'll be damned if my daughter will grow up thinking she can do whatever she want to do. No, there's a way a woman should conduct herself. There's a way that a man should conduct himself. And society, we've gotten away from that. We've totally gotten away from that to the point where people think that they can do whatever they want to do, and no one can tell them that you shouldn't be doing this. This is morally wrong or none of that. Hey, I'm gonna post a picture of this woman sucking the gas pump when we get off air. I'm going to post that. It's a sad moment it's a sad moment in Black history. I'm sorry, it is.
But you're asking a good question. What are the rules for men? So men who don't have like a moral code and just like run rampant and run wild, who's checking them? Oh, he's seen it.
He's what?
He's seen the gas pump thing.
So I mean, okay. What do you think about this whole gas pump thing? Is that conduct of a woman? And it's not just that. It's the cucumber thing, and it was this group of women in a club, and they were in a club, and all of them had cucumbers, and they were like they're sucking it off or whatever, and the fucking cucumber got stuck in her throat, and she is gagging in the club, and the people are trying their hardest to get this shit out of her throat when you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. I don't know if she fucking died or not. You should have seen it. They were trying to do the Heimlich. People were hitting her on the back, losing their mind when you shouldn't have been doing that in the first fucking place.
Women are policed far more than men. Our behaviors. I agree.
So what's wrong with the woman?
Because we have to act like a woman, right?
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the woman? A woman's form is her form, in its correct form is beautiful. Beautiful. You're a lady. You're ladylike. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have to worry about you or my daughter or anyone in my family going out to 7-Eleven and sucking on a goddamn gas pump. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about you going out to Bourbon Street flashing people or none of that.
How do you know?
So what's wrong with that? How do I know what?
That I didn't do that.
Yeah, you wouldn't have done it.
I know.
And if you did, you were a dirty woman.
I didn't.
But I have to get a new podcast partner because I can't work under these conditions.
Yeah. If women want to, we should be able to do whatever we want.
You seriously feel that way? Because you're singing a new fucking song now that you got a few people on the chat, and you're singing a new song because you feel that you should be to do whatever you want to do.
I don't think, like, I think that we all, as human beings, need to operate under a moral code.
Right.
Okay.
But we don't do that.
We don't do that. And you said, like, who's going to correct the women? Who's going to correct
the women? You're right.
Right. That was your question. I don't think it necessarily has to be the man because he's the man. You seek knowledge and you seek a moral code because you want to be a better person. So what we should be encouraging people to do is to be better people, just intrinsically. I shouldn't have to look to my man for how to act or to correct me.
Well, it's not. I'm not saying permission. Like I just read the message when the woman said if he's correcting on some BS, she has no problem with that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? If we're in a relationship and I'm doing something out of line, out of order, you have the right as my girlfriend to tell me, hey, you shouldn't do this. This is making me uncomfortable. What is wrong with that? So if we're in a relationship and you want to, I don't know, look at a guy wearing fucking gray sweatpants all day long, I should just allow that to happen?
Gray sweatpants?
You don't know anything about the gray sweatpants?
Like you can see the dick
You
in
can
it?
see, yeah, a lot of frog eye activity going on here.
Gross.
I try to avoid them like the plague.
You're wearing gray shorts right now.
Yeah, I lied. Sorry. Don't look.
I totally looked. That was funny. I didn't mean to.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Let the record show Toby's thought behavior is making her co-host uncomfortable.
I'm a thought. I had to look what that was, by the way.
You're not a thought. You're thought-ish.
I'm thought-ish.
Thought-ish.
Like, isn't that term isn't that just like offensive and like anti-feminist? I mean, to call a woman a thought.
Is a whore anti-feminist? Is the word whore anti-feminist?
What's wrong with women looking at dick prints? I know. Okay, so
what's wrong with men looking at tits? We'll get fired if we look at tits on the job. What do you mean?
Really? You get fired.
If I stared at a woman's tits all day at my workplace?
And if I stared at a guy's dick imprint or whatever you call it,
you probably get a raise.
Oh, really?
you probably get a promotion.
You think the inequality is that bad, where women can now do whatever we want?
How often are men sexually harassed by women on the job? How often does that happen? How often does Ted come down to the office and be like, oh, you know what? Fucking Toby is making me so uncomfortable. When I wear gray sweatpants, she can't stop staring at me. How often does that happen?
I don't know. But again, yes, this is what I wanted to say about whore and thoughts and like, what is a whore? Because I've had this argument with Mr. X before about what a whore is. And in my opinion, women who want to date and have sex, according to you, that's a whore.
When did I say that?
Well, what is a whore then?
A whore is someone who's in a relationship and sleeps with multiple men outside of a relationship. That's my opinion of a whore.
Oh, you mean like men do all the time?
Well, women do it now.
Yeah, because men can.
All right. We're turning this. Who said that men can? Because we get ridiculed up and down Facebook and Instagram as dogs and thoughts and no good men and all this other shit. So what? And women are doing it. So what do you mean? Women are fucking doing it. They've been doing it for a few months. So it's not like that, oh, we're thinking about doing whatever. You're doing it. You're doing it. Matter of fact, Texas, or not even Texas, but the Dallas DFW area had the highest rate of women unfaithful to their husbands in a survey last year. I heard it on the radio and then looked it up, and it was true. So women are doing it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? No one's calling them out on it. So they're going to continue to do it because they get to do whatever they want to do. And you know what? On top of you getting to do whatever you want to do, you're going to take half of his shit when you leave him as well. So let's not talk about equality and all this other shit because it's here, dude. It's here.
I know. So men are doing it. Men are doing it too. And like, is that really your definition of whore?
So what's a whore then? If a whore is not someone that's in a relationship or a marriage sleeping with other men, if that's not a whore, then what is?
Well, I don't know. I don't call women whores.
All right. Well, someone fucking made the word up. You're not gonna see. You've changed a lot of tune, and you're bullshitting a lot right now because all of this you weren't saying prior to in our other talks.
What was I saying before?
You wasn't saying, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all
what I'm
good.
doing right now is I'm challenging
It's
you
all good,
because
and I'm handling it very, very well, as I always do. Very well.
Yeah, like, are we just calling women whores because they're cheating, or are whores women who are sleeping with multiple people? I
just said what I thought it was.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if that's like the standard definition of what.
Then what it would be then?
Well,
I asked you. You don't know.
Isn't traditionally?
So if you don't know, how are you gonna say? How are you gonna comment if you don't know?
Isn't traditionally a whore like a prostitute? Isn't that traditionally what a whore is?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So, yeah, the definition of whore has changed so much because, like, it used to be, and just like I'm a music teacher, so I've heard this like in lines and plays and stuff. Like, the man has gone to see a whore, which means the prostitute. Mm-hmm. So, like, I think even like in the 1950s, 1960s, whore meant prostitute.
Okay.
So,
but you understand where the context that we're using it in. So, like,
yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
But like, is that right to call a woman who cheats on her husband a whore? What does the man get called?
For getting cheated on? Fucking victim, maybe?
No, how about the man who cheats on his woman?
We're not talking about that right now. Why are you trying to change the narrative? You asked a specific question, gave you the answer, now you're switching it? Stick to the top. If you want to talk about men being whores and all this, I have no problem with doing that. Yeah. But I'm not going to allow you to change the narrative right here and now. So what do you call it then? If she's not a whore for cheating on her husband, what word would you want to use then?
Promiscuous.
All right. Of course, you would have to cuten it up or whatever. But
well, isn't that the word?
That's fine. That's fine. We'll use that, but it's still fucking wrong.
It is wrong.
It's still wrong. So what do you call now? To answer you, what do you call a man that cheats on his wife? Outside of being fucking broke because she's gonna take everything from him. So what do you call a man that's cheating on his wife?
What is the word? A cheater, yeah. Like
promiscuous, maybe?
Promiscuous. Yeah.
Why would that be different?
It isn't different.
No. Why couldn't you just say promiscuous?
Well, because like whores.
Why were you No, because they're not whores anymore. We already threw that out. They're not going to be called whores anymore.
Whore is a woman word. I was trying to think of like the male equivalent to whore.
A hoe.
Is it?
A dog.
Dog, maybe. Yeah.
Check the time. How long have we been going?
I don't know.
And who is this that you keep talking to? Clearly, is this a woman?
No, it's Jay.
Is this a woman?
No, Jay's a guy, right?
Jay, we got to do some talking, my man. You doing a little too much cupcake and Kool-Aid with the goddamn women. All right, come back to the dark side, brother.
So I want to address the comment that you said that I've changed my tune because, you know that I think that like I want equality for women,
right?
Which is kind of like the basis of feminism. And I would like women to be able to behave the same way as men and not be challenged because they're a woman. Like, yeah, Jay's a guy. Like, why can't we operate under the same rules? Why do I have to operate under a different rule because I'm a woman? That's kind of my challenge to you today that I've been thinking a lot about, and that all of these comments on Facebook from my friends were about.
What?
The underlying theme was why? Because I'm a woman.
That wasn't the underlying theme. Read your comment again. That wasn't the underlying theme.
This isn't the 1950s anymore.
No,
Women get to have
let's
an
start
opinion.
at the top. Let's start at the top.
That is the top.
Who said a woman? That's again. See, who said a woman couldn't have an opinion?
Because the comment was about the man saying the woman is out of order. So is she not allowed to have her opinion and like act the way she wants to act?
If she, what does she have a husband? Her husband can't tell her that. Again, it goes back to her husband can't tell her, hey, you're out of order, you're out of line, because that's what this was about.
Yeah.
All right? And then I even heard some person say my or his. He's not my property, but the first thing you'll say is my husband or my fiance. But now it's because you put the word my and then mentioning out of order. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden my becomes it's always a possession word.
Yeah.
Per personal or whatever. Right. It's always been a possession word.
Like I say my boyfriend.
Right. So, but no, don't say that now because you're adding the word put in order with it. Now that becomes a problem. But any other time, it's okay to use that word my or his.
Okay.
But when it comes to correction, that becomes a problem. Like, no, knock it off.
I
have ever as a husband or a boyfriend, whatever. If my significant other is acting out of line, I have every right to tell her that. If not, who is? Who's gonna tell a woman if you're dating her when she's acting up, just let her do whatever the fuck she wants to do? No, because a woman is not gonna let me do whatever the hell I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Finally, bro, thank you, because I was about to get ready to block you and delete you.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing, bro. Yeah, and that's true. A husband/wife should be able to check their spouse. That's right. Nothing is wrong with that.
And I think it's just the verbiage. It's the way. It's not like the man correcting the woman or his woman. It's two people in a relationship having a conversation about inappropriate behavior that's made each other uncomfortable.
Right. So what about when the inappropriate behavior is, I don't know, a group of people marching and barking orders for rights? Then who corrects them when they start to cross the line?
Okay, you're talking about the slut walk?
No, not necessarily the slut walk, but whatever. If you want to go there, that's fine. I don't really understood what their point of marching topless and naked is. Let's go there. Is that not out of order for a woman to walk around New York City topless?
I mean,
what point are you proving with that?
That they can.
Well, clearly they can. They're fucking doing it. So, what point? What's getting solved by that?
I don't know.
Can you imagine you seeing, I don't know, 20,000 people, women and men are in too, mm-hmm. walking topless or whatever, and you got fucking kids standing out there just, I don't know, going to get ice cream. Can you see that?
Yeah, like for sure the nudity would make me uncomfortable.
So let me ask you this. Who corrects that? Who says this is not the way to handle it? Because we already addressed that a man can't do that. It's not his job. Meanwhile, if he was to go over there, and grab one of them titties, somebody would be locking his ass up.
Just because a woman walks around topless does not give you the right to go grab them.
Well, why are you going topless? I mean, they do it at Mardi Gras.
Because
women flash them all the time at Mardi Gras, and you'll see the men standing around grabbing their tits. What are you going to arrest everyone out there that grab their tits?
It's not an invitation.
Answer the question. And it was really more of a joke anyway, but whatever.
From what I understand, slut walk is what they're taking back ownership over their bodies.
How do they not have ownership of their bodies?
Naked bodies shouldn't be shamed. Right. And that's another thing too that
No, hold on. I want to answer this question, bro. How do they not have control of their bodies? You said from what I understand, the slut walk is that they're taking back ownership of their bodies. When do they lose possession of their bodies? This session is almost an hour long.
I know. I'll cut. Some of. I was drinking tequila at the beginning. So.
I think it'd be fine. It's a long one. I mean, he hasn't answered yet, so he's probably right. Seems like a smart guy. I looked up what a slut walk was a while back, but I forgot. But we'll go with what he's saying. He's saying that they're taking ownership of their bodies, but when did they lose it? What do you mean they're taking ownership of their bodies?
Because have you noticed in the past 10 years, like girls getting suspended from high school for wearing like spaghetti strap tank tops?
He's saying yes, and you shouldn't. Why would you wear that? Why would you need to wear that at school?
Just a tank top? Like
Why?
I'm wearing a tank top right now.
If it's against, you're a grown ass woman. You're not in school.
Okay, but still, it's not inappropriate. It's totally covered.
If it's school rules, then the rules are already set. So what are you going to do?
It's discriminatory because...
How is it discriminatory if the rules are already set?
Okay, it's discriminatory because men can wear tank tops and women can't.
He's saying some of the women were sexually assaulted. So by this logic, you were sexually assaulted, so you're going to walk around topless to prove what? How is being sexually assaulted and me being sexually assaulted, I'm going to walk around the city naked? Like, I don't, and then someone sees you at the parade, oh yeah, she has a big ass, big titties, let me rape her later on when she's not around everyone.
Walking around with, like, and it's the same as a bathing suit, right? Like, if a girl's in a bathing suit and you can see her ass and her tits, it does not give the man the right to rape her because
Who said it is? Like, that hasn't happened before? I'm not saying that it gives them the right to do that. So why are you even saying that?
Well, then what did you just say about the point about them walking?
So you're telling me that a man has never looked at a woman, a creep or a demon or whatever the hell he has on him, has never seen a woman in a bathing suit or at the gym or whatever, and hasn't some sick thought in his mind and acted on that sick thought?
Yeah.
So again, don't make it seem like I'm saying it's okay for a woman to be raped because she's wearing this and that. That's not what the fuck I'm saying at all. That's not even close to what I'm saying.
What we are saying, what women are saying, and I guess...
What I'm saying is that if you've been sexually assaulted, marching naked isn't the way to fucking handle it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Isn't it not crazy? Rape has more to do with power than sexual attraction. Be it as it may, there's still a better way to handle yourself as a rape victim than to walk around naked. Like that. I mean, like I don't. Maybe that's me being an idiot, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be raped and then go out and walk around naked after I've been raped. Like there's many other ways to handle that.
I don't know what to say.
Say something. We're live here in this motherfucker.
I think that a woman should be able to dress however she wants and not worry about whether that is going to incite rape or sexual assault.
But you have the right to think that, but unfortunately that happens sometimes.
So, but that's what taking the power back from our bodies, and that's what like policing has to do with.
Naked though?
No, just like women have to dress a certain way as to not entice men.
Why?
And that's what the spaghetti straps in high school is all about.
Why?
Is the shoulders were too tempting for the high school boys.
What's wrong with that? Like, it's no big fucking deal. You're in school.
Women, if it's like 110 degrees out, why do I have to wear a t-shirt? Why can't I wear a tank top?
If it's 110 degrees out, why would it matter if you're in fucking school?
Well, maybe the air conditioning doesn't work. Maybe you're in PE.
I got something for you. And it's an L. I need you to hold this L to me because you just lost that. Like, that makes no sense. It's 110 degrees outside. Let me wear a spaghetti strap inside the fucking building.
Yeah, because it's hot out.
And the air conditioner's broke, obviously.
Yes.
What a shitty school.
It is.
If it's 110 degrees outside and your air conditioner's broke, a spaghetti top is the least of your fucking problems. I'm worried about administration.
Why can't men just control themselves, right? Like it has... And I sent you that meme about like how women have been raped throughout the centuries, like when they were wearing petticoats and they were, you know, like dressed all the way to the floor. Women were getting raped. Like it actually has nothing to do with what we are wearing.
How do you know that?
Because women have been raped for forever just because we're women.
But you're right. But how do you know that? So you're telling me that a woman that is not revealing her body doesn't have a better chance of getting? We've changed the subject that I feel that we shouldn't even be fucking talking about.
It all has to do with like women acting the way that we want to act. And
we've went into a topic that we probably shouldn't be talking about. Like, I don't want to talk about rape.
Okay.
I'm done with the rape thing. All right. I don't agree with rape. It's fucking disgusting. Whatever. There should be harsh, strict laws against this shit, man. Like, legit. But having said that, like, if I'm raped, I'm not gonna go prancing around naked to prove a fucking point. It's ridiculous.
I know.
I don't think any woman should walk around naked to prove a point, dude. There's many ways to prove a point.
Yeah.
Other than taking off your fucking clothes.
I agree with you.
And this is not just here in America. It's all over in Europe as well. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We want rights, so let's pull out our tits.
Fuck it. Let's go there.
Nah, I'm staying my black ass here. Straight up. I'm staying my black ass here, man. A woman that's walking around naked at a parade, she got some shit. She got some shit going on upstairs that I don't want no parts of.
Yeah. All right. So, are we gonna like round this out? This topic.
Yeah, we'll round this topic out by you women need to start listening to men. In conclusion, women
should listen to men.
A man with some sense, all right? A man that loves you and cares about you, he's not going to steer you in the wrong direction.
That's pretty hard to find.
It's not hard to find if you pay attention.
Really?
Yeah, if you pay attention, people tell you who they are all the time. Are you paying attention? And when they tell you who they are, believe them. It's simple. Stop sleeping with him after 3 or 4 fucking text messages. Know what he's about. Know what his mindset is. All right. Talk to him for at least 2 months before you lay down with his ass, and he will reveal himself. He will reveal his true intentions, and on if he's a fucking psychopath or not. You'll see something if you're paying attention. I sit back and I think about all my exes that I've had shitty relationships with, and all the signs of them, all the signs and the problems that came up in the past were there in the beginning, but I didn't pick up on them. Legit.
Oh, we just had someone join, and we're just about to end.
You're an hour late, my man.
All right.
But I do appreciate, shout out to Jay for sticking with us, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining. I mean, we decided to go live.
I know. What if I just want to fuck? Like, what if I just want to meet the guy? I have the right to do that.
That's right. And so because you wanted to meet him and didn't want to know a goddamn thing about him, you accept everything that comes with that from that point on. Every baggage, everything, him showing up to your job and goddamn in flip-flops, all this other shit. You deserve everything that comes with it because you didn't take your time to know him.
Is there a problem with women that just want to fuck?
No, there's not. But again, you need to accept all the other shit that comes with that choice that you made. Whatever comes with that, you got to accept that.
Right.
So, and a lot of women don't do that because they have the mindset of, I get to do whatever I want.
Yeah. Name calling, beating our ass.
Yep, you signed up for all of it. You signed up for all of it, goddammit.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that is funny. But sincerely, thanks, Jay, for joining us. You've added some flavor into our podcast today.
Yeah, you really did.
Yep. And have a good night. And thanks. We're going to end there.
Laters. All right, so thanks for tuning into our podcast. You can catch us on many other platforms.
Like YouTube, we're Talking Stuff podcast because you can't swear, right? So
right.
It's Talking Stuff. Twitter's Talking Shit too. I didn't get it quick enough. Spotify, Talk, quote, quote, shit. Podbean talk shit, and Instagram at talk_shit. And remember to press that subscribe button, and we'd really appreciate it if you left us a comment too. So have a good day.
Later.